Hey everybody, how are y'all doing? It's been a long time since I've done a video, but let's see if I can remember how to do this. First, I want to give a shout out to my son who set me up with this fabulous new way of transitioning between pictures and all. I think I've learned how to use it, so we're going to see today. What we're going to cover today with you is I love stamping. I love putting ink to paper. I keep looking down at my project here. It's just fun. But I would often get frustrated because, oh, darn it, I had everything else on the card just right, but when I went to stamp the sentiment, I messed up or something. Or when I went to stamp that layer, I messed up. Oh, I forgot to do that. With the Stamparatus, that has removed all of those moments kind of thing for me. And I just love it. So it's a tool from Stampin' Up. If you don't already have it, I want to share with you, why you may be tempted to get it. And then if you do already have it, I want to show you some little tips and tricks that I've found to use that have really made my stamping easier for me, and I love them. So let's see if I can transition to the other workspace and get that done. Hold on just a second. Oh, I think it might have worked. Let's see. Okay, now what I wanted to share with you today. Oh, let me get this one off. I'm trying to hide a surprise. What the Stamparatus is, for those of you who don't know, let me get this out of the way. It's a stamp placement tool that Stampin' Up came out with. There's 3 or 4 different kind of stamp placement tools on the market. Some may cost a little less, some cost a whole lot more. But I can tell you, I own, I think, 4 different kinds. And I'm not telling you this because I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator. I'm telling you this from me to you. I love this one the best. I use it the most. I never pull the other ones out anymore. Or never revert to using those. I love this tool. I'm going to tell you a couple of advantages. It's got a couple of plates, so you can multiple stamp. The plates are removable, and you can reverse them so that you can actually, get up to 4 stampings out of one set. That comes with the Stamparatus. They're also, if you can see this little system, they're adjustable so that if I wanted to put the word happy on there and stamp it, and then move it up and stamp it again and stamp it again and stamp it again, you can even, play some little tricks with this thing. So I love it. In addition to that, it's open-sided. I love the fact, especially as a scrapbooker, some of the other tools have ridges or edges to where when you press down your plate, you're going to get a little crease in your paper. I don't care for that. I want to be able to have an open end to where I can, if I want to make a half-sheet card instead of a quarter-sheet card, I don't have to worry about an edge. Everything will fit and all. Now, the Stamparatus comes, I'm going to turn this over, with a black foam mat with it and 2 really incredible magnets they're earth magnets, meaning they are super duper, I don't know, I'm trying to get it off the back of the machine. Hold on. They're strong and they stick down. I don't know if you can see them on that black. If you put the 2 of them together, ooh, they're going to click. If you click them too hard, they may break, fly across the room. It's not the easiest thing to do, but it can happen. It's happened to, some people. And if you get them together, it's kind of hard to get them apart. A lot of people will put washi tape on them so that when you go to pick them up, you can get them up, because otherwise you're going to scoot your project around. The other disadvantage I find to these, they do work. I don't mean to scare you away from them, but what I'm saying is if you're going, for that step up, step up, step up, making your life easier, if you put them down, they sometimes getting, the depth of them keeps you from getting great pressure on your stamp. So I wanted to see if I could find a solution to that. So hear how good they snap. That is a strong snap. Anyway, since then, Stampin' Up has come out with a mat. Ignore this part right now. That's called the Deluxe Foam Mat. Not very expensive at all. If you get the Stamparatus and you want to have a laminated surface so it's easy to clean instead of replacing the, like you might want to place a sheet on top of here. They come with little grid sheets. But, you'll go through them as you stamp on them and stamp on them. This laminated sheet allows you, if you stamp off the edge on something, you can just clean this off and keep going. So I like this Deluxe Foam one. I had actually made myself. I just I had this, and I had used just the original one that came with the machine. I used a sheet of the grid paper that comes with this, and I ran it through my laminator at home, heat laminator. So I made my own sheet of grid sheet that was laminated, but they have since Stampin' Up has since come out with this. Okay, now what I wanted to show you is how these little tricks that I found, items that kind of make it easier for you. They are not Stampin' Up products, but I think they're available at local craft stores, maybe. I don't know. I know they're available online. But Sizzix came out with some full-size sheets. They're called sticky grid sheets. You'll find them in the die section of most online stores or stores. because I don't know if you can see on here. What they were intended for is for you to put it on your cutting plate, line up your, like, especially if, let's say you're using our letter dies and you want to make happy or, you know, love or Noel or whatever you want to cut out. You could line up your stamps perfectly. Your stamps, excuse me, dies. You could line up your dies perfectly. And then this is sticky. It's double-sided adhesive, sticky on both sides, kind of like a heavier than Post-it note, tacky, reusable. So if you put your paper down on it, you know you're going to get great placement every time. These will stay down. You pick up your card, put another one in, you know, so you could see how it's great for die cutting. But it's also great. They came out with this size, and it's the same stuff, only it's licensed under the Tim Holtz name, smaller size. It's perfect for using on your mat with your Stamparatus. It's, you know, double-sided. You can keep resticking and resticking it. It's got this little flap that's not sticky, so you can pick it up when you need to. But what I do is I put a sheet of it down. Doesn't matter where you put it on your mat, but I use washi tape to make myself a little corner. I don't always like stamping. You know, normally we just push our paper up to the edge to make sure we get it straight. But you have a problem when you close your machine. Sometimes you have a little pressure problem at the corners where you can't get a real good stamp in there. Plus your stamp, you may want to stamp right here off the edge, and you can't do that there. So anyway, you can put this wherever you want. Put your washi tape marks wherever you want. And now you know every time you lay your card down right there, it's in the same spot. Okay, so to do the Stamparatus, let me scooch over a little bit. It comes with 2 plates. Now you're hearing me say it comes, because I'm about to suggest something else to you. You can use both sides of the plates. And also that gives you 4 surfaces to stamp with. Sounds like a lot. But in the card we're going to make today, you can see that, which is from the To a Wild Rose set. This is a gorgeous set. It comes in a bundle with some dies. It's just a beautiful set. It comes with the multi-layer stamping. So there'd be 3 leaves if you wanted it, 3 flowers if you wanted it. They even have a flower center. So you can see we're past the 4 if we wanted to do things without changing. But Stampin' Up! Also comes out, you know, has sold these plates separately. And I went ahead and bought a set because in doing classes, or even like it's coming up to Christmas card making time, I just find that I'm just lazy enough, and these were just inexpensive enough to where I could buy that extra set and really get to going, you know, saving time and energy once I got everything lined up, and have a lot fewer mistakes in having that extra set. So anyway, I took my first stamp, my outline stamp, I placed it where I wanted it on the card. You know, no ink on it, just placed it. Then I put my flap down, put a little pressure, and pick it up with the lid, you know, with the flap. Then I ink it and stamp it. So we're going to do that. And now, I'm going to go on to the next thing I want to tell you. You can use your full-size ink pads with the Stamparatus perfectly. I'm a big old girl, I like going fast and all that kind of stuff, so I found that when I stamped with my full-size pad, and invariably I would get ink over here and I'd have to stop and clean it up, or I wouldn't notice that I got ink over there, and then I might have a little halo on my card somewhere. Plus, when you're teaching a class or sharing with friends or whatever, sometimes they're a little rough on those full-size pads. We've got pads. We've got 2 different kinds now, the ones that have retired with the older kind of lid, which I love, and then the newer kind with a little different kind of lid that's easy to open and all, much easier for other people to understand. But in working with others, sometimes I find they're a little rough on the lids and all. So in going through a class, I prefer to have these. Plus, they're great, the ink spots that come from, you can buy them from Stampin' Up. I'll back up in just a minute and go over that. Plus, you can stamp in a smaller space, close them up real quick, put them down, and you don't have to worry about closing the lids off and on your ink pads, because I can guarantee if I leave an ink pad open for the next set of stamping, I'm going to put my arm or elbow or hand in it or something, or somebody's going to mix up the colors or whatever. So what I have found is I have bought these refillable ink spots from Stampin' Up. Right now, this is July 2019. They're, I think you get 5 in a pack for $9. I have scoured the internet trying to find a better deal, bulk packaging, whatever. This is the best deal I could find, and for the quality, I tried some others, no. But for the quality and the amount you get, great price. Hold on just one second. My husband's coming in the house. Let me see if I can stopping for just a minute. Thank you, honey. So I found that these were the best quality, best price. So what I do is I go online. I just downloaded from the catalog on the internet, or you could print your catalog, you know, copy a page. I did it on photo paper. I ran the color swatch with the name on it, you know, straight out of the catalog. These were from last year. This year they're not. You know, it'd be a circle here instead of a square. But anyway, it gives me a great true color. The name is big. When you can get ink spots from Stampin' Up, they come in the paper pumpkins once a month. Yay that, yay. And occasionally we'll have like a set of 4 colors or something to go with a seasonal set or something. But you can't have every color in an ink spot through Stampin' Up. But you can if you have your re-inker and you buy these. If you're teaching a class and you want to have 3 espresso browns, knock yourself out. If you want to have 3 real reds set up for Christmas, knock yourself out when you're having friends over and all and using stuff or teaching a class. So I find that these are a great value. I just used the Tim Holtz. I bought these from Hobby Lobby with my coupon. They make these little tins, and I just have them set up by color families. Great to travel with. I carry every ink color I own in these things. So I love them. Plus, again, they're so easy to use. So that's my other tip. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and ink up this, and I'll show you how that works. So my card's placed along my washi tape, stuck to the mat. Don't have to worry about it moving. I do have to worry that my mat stays in the corner, but that's easy enough. So I'm going to ink this up. Hope I got ink all over. Put my lid on. It's so easy. I don't have to worry about flip, flap, flopping. Press that down. I can see already where I got that. See, I moved my mat, so I got a halo. I didn't make sure my mat was stuck in the corner. I'm just going to take this, turn it over, line it up, place it again. The paper is going to stay perfectly on the mat. You just have to make sure the mat stays pressed in the corner. So I just want to show you how that happens. Okay, so I'm press it down, pick that up. Pretty good stamp. Make sure my thing's in the corner. Now, I did the same thing with the next layers. See how it comes multiple layers? So this, the first one I did was this outline. Right here, you're going to see on one side of the plate is one of these, and on the other side of the plate is the other one. So I took my next layer, after I stamped this, placed it perfectly with no ink on it over here, closed my lid on it, put a little pressure on it, picked it up, and then I inked it. So we're going to ink this one with Melon Mambo. Now, another hint, a lot of people, you'll see them take actually a stamp case and put it underneath there just to give them a little height so you don't hear all that banging. Put this down, pick it up, perfect placement. Can add a little more pressure if I want to. That's the beauty of this. Oh yeah, that's better. That's the beauty of the Stamparatus. Then I'm just going to take my plate and turn it over. To lift it out, you know, I can't lift it out if it's at an angle. It has to be straight up and down. Put that in. Now that's the background layer. I'm going to use So Saffron on that. I love So Saffron. It's turned into one of my favorite transitional colors, you know, to help soften up between colors or something. Good for winter, summer, spring, or fall kind of yellow. Okay, so I've got my let me make sure I got the middle. Got my So Saffron. Come down, make sure I'm in the corner. Press a little. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. And you can see where it's just perfect placement on that stamp. Now, the next thing I want to show you, again, this is not a Stampin' Up product. I'm so sorry to, you know, keep sharing these things with you that they're not Stampin' Up, but they sure have made my world easier, and this tool is worth its weight in gold. I'm using masking paper. Now, masking paper comes from a couple of different vendors. You can find it online. You might could find it at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. I don't know. But it comes in, it's just a light tacky piece of paper, very, very thin. You stamp your image on it, and then you just cut around your image. So then you can place this image down, because I'm going to do some leaves on here. And what would happen if I didn't have that masking paper down, my stem would get on my flower, or I'd have to put my stem so far out or not ink the edge or something. But anyway, so it's just easy to poke a mask down. You can reuse these multiple times. This one's been used several times. So now I've used my 2 plates here. I'm going to get rid of those for a second. Just set them aside. I can keep going. I'm going to pick up my other plate, I have my stamps, solid and outline image on both sides of those that I've already placed. Put those on there. Got my mask on. Taking my Granny Apple Green. Is anybody like me and they miss Lemon Lime Twist? I miss that color. I love this color. Love Granny Apple Green. But I love Lemon Lime Twist. I hope we bring it back. But anyway. So I'm going to, doesn't matter which layer I'm doing. I'm using the same color for both layers. So I'm going to add my ink. Don't have to worry about where my stem is because my masking paper is going to catch my bobo. Put that down. Press. See if I get a good image. Nope, right there. I want to get a little more pressure. And see, because of the Stamparatus, I can do that. Okay, I don't know if you can see, but see how the part of the leaf and the stem is on the masking paper. So now I've done that layer. I'm just going to take this out, turn it around, poke it in there, take my Granny Apple Green. And see, I didn't put my lid on that even, and I could have stuck my arm in it, but it didn't. It would match my shirt. But anyway, okay, get a little ink on my other layer, and because I'm using a color on top of a color, it's going to be darker. Come down, make sure I'm in the corner. I would just recommend you get in the habit of always making sure you're in the corner. And you can see there again, I've gotten perfect placement. Now, the last layer, because the extra set of these, if you buy an extra set of plates, I don't know if I mentioned that before or not, I went ahead and sprung for an extra set of plates because we're coming out with more and more multiple layer stampings, and in classes and things, it's just so easy to have this set up. Or even for doing Christmas cards or thank you cards or birthday cards where you want to add different colors of things and really make some good multiples. These are very inexpensive, and it's just great to have that extra set. That's where this one came from. I have my sentiment on there, and I just picked the words hello from a stamp set, and I'm going to stamp it in the lovely lipstick. Oh my gosh, my husband just came in. He's cooking something that smells delicious. Okay, so now you can see that's all done. Now I'm going to take off my masking paper, which I can use over and over again. Just poke it on the side of my desk. Pick this off. You can see where I'm kind of making sure I'm holding my paper down. It doesn't matter where this paper is as long as it's in a place that will hold down your card. But you can see where that came out with just perfect placement on that card, and I can go over and over again. Just poke the next paper down. Do it again, poke the next paper down, do it again. It's just too easy. Here's several of them I did just in a row, you know, practicing and all. Now, I just want to tell you this leaf here comes with the To a Wild Rose set. Well, I was too dadgum lazy to even place it and then place it again. So I just pulled out a leaf from the Painted Harvest set, which is one of my favorite multiple stamping sets too. Winter, summer, spring, or fall, that's a gorgeous flower, a gorgeous set. Anyway, so I use the two different leaves. So in my mind, as an excuse, I'm just saying this one looks a little farther away, and this one's actually closer to the rose and all. So then what I did was layer that. Now I went ahead and stamped a second, you know, I stamped more of these flowers real quick, and I just cut out a second layer of that and popped it up so it'd give a little dimension to the card, added a few little sequins. And then I've used the little text paper that comes from the 6x6 stack of the basic papers that, you know, match the different color groups. That's a pretty set of papers. Anyway, so that's how easy the card is. I'm kind of rambling now. So what I want to back up and share is Stamparatus is a great tool. It's $49. It's an investment. But, you know, all those ooh and ah and ooh shoot moments you have, takes care of these. It's just a wonderful tool. If you want to laminate your own sheet at home, I'm telling you, having that plastic laminate on there is wonderful. Or if you want to go ahead and spring for the this deluxe foam mat, it's very inexpensive. It's a great tool to add. You need the foam mat when you're using photopolymer stamps, which is what most of the multiple layer stamps are, is photopolymer, because you can see through them. Then you don't need it if you're using a clean stamp. You don't need the foam mat all the time. Anyway, and then what the deal is, so those are what I want to share with you. And then, of course, we went over the ink spots being such a great deal and the extra set of plates if you'd like that. Great time saver. what I want to share with you is if you don't already own a Stamparatus and you'd like to buy one through my Stampin' Up store, I'd be thrilled to death to send you, if you buy the Stamparatus, I'll send you a pack of this sticky grid sheet and a sheet of masking paper. So not a whole pack of masking paper, but a package of this and a sheet of the masking paper and a special little gift of Stampin' Up product that I want to share with you. If you buy that. If you already own a Stamparatus and you buy something else through my Stampin' Up store and you like these things, just comment and let me know. Otherwise, if you buy something else from my store, don't buy the Stamparatus. I'll send you a different gift that doesn't include this. So either way, if you buy through my Stampin' Up store, you're going to get a gift. In the link below, I will have my July Hostess code. If you spend under $150, use that Hostess code, please. If you don't, if you spend over $150, thank you. And I will still send you the gifts. But if you use the Hostess code and you're under $150, I will definitely know to send you those gifts. So, wanted to share that with you. Let me see if I can switch back to the other camera just to see if I know how. Oh, I think I did it. Now, I never know where to look exactly. But anyway, thank y'all so much. I hope this was helpful to you at all. If you don't already have those things, I have just found that they have helped me speed up, get things done, and why I decided to share it with you is I'm starting to plan some Christmas projects and fall projects and classes that I know I have to do a bunch of. So I say that happily. Anyway, so I wanted to make sure I shared those tools with you if you're in the same place. Okay, thank y'all very much. Great to see y'all. Look below for the link to my July Hostess code, and I'll be glad to send you those gifts. Y'all have fun. Can't wait to visit with you again. Bye-bye.